Motion.
Jaheim Bell had a lot of buzz early on in the 2023 NFL draft process, but a slow start to the 2022 campaign cooled that hype. Bell has intriguing versatility. He had 54 carries for 197 yards and a touchdown in 2022, along with 25 catches for 231 yards and 2 scores. After transferring to Florida State in 2023, I expect that versatility to be even further unleashed. Jaheim Bell is a guy who can be used in motion and line up at H-back, and he offers a high-level blend of explosiveness and contact balance at 6'3", 200.
The center Sedrick Van Pran, because he won multiple national championships, was named in numerous All-American teams, and he started in more than 40 career games and was named one of the team captains. For the last month or so, all we heard about as far as centers go is Jackson Powers Johnson. He's who we've been linked to. He's who's considered the best at his position, but Sedrick has a strong case when you factor in his leadership. After he snaps the ball, he does a great job with first step quickness, whether that's getting help on a double team, pulling as a lead blocker, or climbing to the second level. So imagine runs that we can make inside, especially inside zone. He can play both power gap or zone schemes, really don't matter. And pass pro, he does a great job of working both A gaps, preventing penetration from defenders and helping both guard positions out in the run and the pass.
A year ago, you were getting ready to be drafted. Is that crazy to think that it's already been a year for you?
Definitely surreal. I think going back to Pro Day at OSU was a real, wake-up call. I really heard a lot of not really good things. I heard a lot of, he's slow on his feet. He's going to be able to adjust to the speed of the game. His weight is going to be able to stay the same.
Did you maybe have a position in your mind that you thought you were going to go?
Try not to listen to what the media says, but you want to at least be prepared. I was waiting for at least round 2. That's where I really had my mindset going. For me to fall to round 4, it was, in my opinion, I look at it as a blessing now. But it was definitely a little disappointing. But I try to just make it up on the field and just show that my film and my attitude, a lot of teams missed out on.
A year later, if you went back, what are 3 things that you think people should have said about you?
He's a big man that can move, light on his feet, punisher, I would say. He enforces.
What did the Browns see in you that other teams overlook?
I think they really see my length and my athleticism. It really translates over to the next level. And I feel like this past year I really displayed that on film. And I feel like a lot of teams missed the one that, not having a lengthier player or bigger player, have on the field.
What is your advice to the guys that the Browns are taking chances on that either may fall where they shouldn't necessarily have fallen to, or land in a spot they weren't expecting to. What would you tell them?
You're in a great organization. You fall with the Browns. Stay humble, be blessed no matter where you go. Keep your head down and just keep working always. That's what I really tell myself, tell younger guys that ask me for help, and I would tell the guys the same thing.
You had that motivation from the draft day. What does that motivation look like going into year 2? Where does Dawand Jones go from here?
Year 2, coming off an injury, I just want to make sure I keep my head down, rehab as best as possible, and just honestly get back to where I was last year and even better. That's one of my main goals.
To the San Francisco 49ers, and with the 8th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the NFC champion San Francisco 49ers select Dominick Puni.
A player who's overlooked by nearly everyone, yet has become a key piece of their offensive line. Dominick Puni was drafted far later than 6 other guards, but none of them have the impact he's made. In this video, we're diving into why Puni is already outperforming expectations and making his mark, next to Trent Williams as one of the most reliable linemen in the league. Stick around because you won't want to miss how this underrated rookie is proving the doubters wrong. Jackson Powers-Johnson, Brandon Coleman, Isaiah Adams, Cooper Beebe, Christian Haynes, and Zach Zinter. These were the 6 guards taken ahead of Dominick Puni. None of them have been as good as him. Trent Williams' exceptional play often elevates the 49ers offensive line to an above-average level. But this season, they've been even better. What's the reason for that? The Niners have a new standout alongside Williams, and his name is Dominick Puni. Dominick Puni was a full-time starter for Kansas during his senior year, showcasing impressive pass blocking skills. He earned a 90.4 PFF grade for pass blocking, though his run blocking grade was lower at 72.3, indicating room for growth. Draft analysts praised him as a well-sized, agile guard with excellent hand timing, but concerns about his weak legs, struggles with body control against athletic pass rushers, and tendency to get knocked off balance significantly lowered his draft grade. He received a 6.2 prospect grade, which suggested he'd be a future average starter, but those predictions have proven off base. Since the start of the season, Puni has been a key player for the 49ers offensive line. He ranked 2nd in snap counts for the offense and holds the 2nd highest pass and run blocking grades among all 49ers linemen. Puni has become a reliable fixture on the line.
He's got great hips. He can go from a 3 technique to a 1 technique, a 1 step. And I'm not taking anything from Byron Murphy. Like, I think he's a good player. I think there's 3 or 4 guys. But Johnny Newton has been my #1 interior defensive lineman in this draft. Now you can look at Darius Robinson. You can look at bigger bodies that are space eaters inside. But Newton looks like he's a guy that you need in there to push the pocket, to win the one-on-ones away from the center sliding away. That he's got short area quickness. The way I don't want to compare him right now to Quinton Williams, but it took Quinton Williams a couple years to get to beat Quinton Williams. But if you look at the way they have paid defensive tackles in the NFL right now, whether it's Jeffrey Simmons or Deron Payne, some of these guys, Newton looks like he's one of those guys to me.
I appreciate it. With the Commanders.
There's a lot to like with Taylor right now. He could be a first rounder at the end of this year, and you're starting to see why with what he did last year. In 2022, 10.5.
It's also got Leonard Taylor as a priority free agent.
They did get Leonard Taylor as a UDFA, that's a good choice for Leonard Taylor.
1000% it is.
His agent picked the right team if he's going to have a shot to make it. I was really low on Leonard Taylor. I still had him in the top 200. He didn't get drafted. It'll be interesting if Saleh can really get through to him. They've developed a lot of different defensive linemen over the years.
And he's young too, right?
He's very young, clearly was not ready for the combine, and he's in a room with Quinnen Williams and Hassan Reddick.
No better player for him to stand next to at this point than Quinnen Williams.
Staple him to the hip.
That's how Leonard Taylor's going to win at the NFL level. Doing like what Quinnen Williams does, that style of play, that three technique type of a play.
Yep, spot on.
Get him off of the nose tackle spot he played this past year. Allow him to be, when Quinnen Williams needs a water break, be like, all right, buddy, get in there. I have a ton of intrigue for Leonard Taylor going to the Jets.
He carries that 305 freaking beautifully, like, mwah! You love to see it. He will forklift, manhandle guards and centers. Like, you just love it, man. He is an absolute problem because he's just not powerful. He's also freaking athletic. He has good burst. He combines that with very good length, very good bull rush. He will literally sit blockers into the laps of quarterbacks or use them as projectiles to get to the quarterback, man. His hands just control blockers like puppets, man. He's like a marionette out there. It's a thing.
Motion.
Wingspan. For the people out there that don't know, on average, your wingspan is about 2 to 3 inches longer than your regular height. So this guy has a 7-inch gap between his wingspan and his height. So freakish stuff there out of Dorian Williams. Just like his speed, which is also freakish. A 4.49 speed makes him a great coverage option. An 87 PFF coverage grade, very good in zone coverage with his length. 3-year starter, 302 tackles, 27.5 tackles for loss, and 9.5 sacks over the last 3 years. He is undersized for the run game, but I don't think that he lets it bother him too much. He is still competitive in that. He's not particularly instinctive, but there are a lot of tools that you can buy into with Williams. But you're drafting him to cover. You're drafting him to cover tight ends. You're drafting him to be a coverage linebacker.
Did I read that the Jets also got Leonard?
Clark Phillips III, cornerback from the University of Utah, my guy. Student of the game of football. I've seen this young man since he's come in as a freshman. He has improved his game so well. I love to call him Dr. Phillips because he will diagnose and know exactly what that wide receiver illness is, and he will fix the problem. He will give you that cornerback medication on how to get shut down and locked down. He gave Jordan Addison a little bit of trouble at USC last year at Utah, and I saw it with my 4K eyes. He is top-notch in technique, understands exactly what his responsibilities are. He will know where he needs to be, and he will let you know where you cannot go. Clark Phillips, University of Utah, my guy, one of the great corners coming out this year, so I'm really looking forward to watching him play.
Did the Philadelphia Eagles get themselves a complete steal in this undrafted rookie cornerback? Throughout the preseason,
preseason, there was one Eagle who really made his presence felt and proved that he deserves a roster spot this year, and that is none other than undrafted rookie cornerback Eli Ricks, who once was considered a corner with first-round talent, but injuries limited him in his college career at both LSU and Alabama to the point where he ultimately fell out of the entire draft. But so far in his short NFL career during training camp in the preseason, he's done everything possible to prove why that was a mistake, as in the preseason, Ricks was the highest graded corner out of 182 qualified guys, and he ended up allowing only 6 catches on 15 targets, a 54.9 passer rating when targeted, and he also had 3 pass breakups and a pick 6. And this impressive play, like I said, could very well have earned Ricks a roster spot. And if that's the case, he's going to get the chance to develop and learn under all-pro corners in Darius Slay and James Bradbury, and who knows, maybe he could become one of the corners of the future for the Eagles if he develops and remains healthy. Now, not saying he's going to do that, but if he did, he would go down as an absolute steal by the Eagles.
Look here, Xavier Howard, he could be replaced by big physical cornerback TJ Tampa out of Iowa State. In my opinion, he's a top 10 corner, but his stock is not as high on some scouts draft boards because he didn't work out as much as they wanted at the combine due to a hamstring injury. Said he plans to do everything at his pro day. What I like is he's a long, tall corner from St. Petersburg, so it'll be fitting if the Buccaneers drafted him before us. But if they don't, we should steal him in the first round. He was a cornerstone on the Cyclones defense. Not only will he rock your dome as a tackler on flankers across the middle, but he could also get picks and ball hawk as well. Could also probably be a multi-sport athlete like Dion, because he's a hooper as well. You see him catching alleys right here. Maybe Spoke could put him in a rotation with Terry Rozier and Jimmy Buckets. Those are my thoughts on TBFN shorts.
Motion.
Antonio Johnson has shined in limited action on defense during his rookie year. In 53 defensive snaps, he's earned an 86.8 PFF grade with 6 tackles, an interception, and a strip sack. He's also been a standout on special teams.
So that's a big one here for Jacksonville fans.
Young able to escape, throws on the run. It's deflected and picked off. Intercepted. Antonio Johnson runs it back all the way inside the Panthers' 30.
A lot of factors.
That's a toss into the arms of a waiting Tyke Smith. And the rookie looking for his first career interception on what has been a nice 2-week stretch for the third-round pick out of Georgia. He's got the pick.
It's havoc. That was said over and over again this week. Creator of havoc in the backfield at that nickel position.
7 blitz comes. Everybody comes. Down goes Tyke Smith. Throw out in the flat. Complete. Nice overthrow. Throw out in the flat.
Smith that time. Watch him take on the blocker. I hope we have this.
To his left, there's not a lot of room, and he is knocked down. See in the backfield. And here comes Georgia's heat. And down goes Thorne. He goes deep to the bottom, down to the middle, and it's intercepted. intercepted. Picked up by Georgia, that'll do it. And it's Tyke Smith.
Hey, Key, what's happening, man?
How you doing, Coach?
We meet again.
Yeah, we definitely meet again.
Yeah, glad to get you down here, man. Can't wait to get going.
I can't wait to get going either. Glad to be a part of it.
West Philly's finest, just like we talked
definitely
about.
West Philly's finest.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it. Can't wait. Troy, be happy
man,
for
can't
you.
wait.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, Coach.
All right.
Yeah!